1,065 last quarter to 1,030 crore rupees.
All right, so that is IndusInd Bank for you. We will connect with the analyst to talk more on the IndusInd Bank numbers. And talking about the numbers, how does it look to you initially? If you look at the first cut numbers, you have the PAT that is coming almost in line with ET now estimates, marked recovery coming in the gross NPAs number. But Aditya, how do you see these numbers first up?
Loan growth and the deposit growth numbers are already out. 21% loan growth, 15% deposit growth, and the NPA numbers also seem to be very stable. I need to check out the slippages number, but the NPA numbers continue to remain stable. So, good time for IndusInd Bank, considering the fact that we are in a CV upcycle now, and the microfinance cycle is also turned. So, both of these places where IndusInd Bank is really very strong. It will mean that over the period of next 1.5 year, IndusInd Bank will have a very good time.
So then in just terms of, more on the NPA side, as of now they're stable, but do you see this continuing? What is the asset quality and NIMs? Any indication on that front as well?
Ma'am, I have not been able to check out the NIMs number, but the deposit growth for IndusInd Bank was at about 15 to 16%, which was stable and faster than the system's deposit growth of about 10%. First point. Second point is on the asset quality side. As I said, microfinance asset quality has bottomed out. Microfinance will report the lowest credit cost over the last 2.5 years. Similarly, for the CV space, the CV space has started to pick up nicely, and the management had guided for about 25% growth. So asset quality will no longer be a problem. It will be a problem 1.5 year down the line, but not now at this stage. We just need to understand what is the slippage number this quarter, and then what is the growth that the management is really guiding for.
Yeah, just waiting by for some of those finer details as well in terms of the slippages, etc. Deposits are up 3% sequentially at 3.3 lakh crore rupees. Advances as well on a sequential basis have grown about 7%. Mahantesh Sabarad as well joining in. Mahantesh, let's get in your take. Going by the face of it, it seems like a fairly decent quarter for IndusInd Bank. Do you concur with Aditya that, some of the asset quality issues now are likely to fizzle out for the next few quarters? And what's your take on the numbers?
The asset quality numbers are in control. The headline numbers in terms of gross NPA having come down from 2.06 to 1.98 is a welcome number. Even the net NPA slipped by about 3 bits favorably. So the asset quality is not really the concern right now, but now growth is something that needs to be looked at. They had a very decent quarter in terms of what you alluded to in terms of advances growth, quarter on quarter being very strong. But I suspect, somewhere this growth is coming at the cost of consuming capital. You will notice that the CET1 ratio is down sequentially to 15.93. So something which will cause a bit of a worry going ahead.
What would be your sense in terms of the outlook on what the commentary could be? What do you think the street really wants to hear, and what's your outlook on the stock price of IndusInd Bank?
So firstly, we have already seen 2 bank results, or actually I would say 3, counting Yes. Between Yes and ICICI Bank, we saw that the NIMs actually expanded. For HDFC, we didn't see that much of, in fact, it was a sort of flattish kind of number. NIM is something which is likely to contract ahead. Both these banks, which is Yes and ICICI Bank, actually surprised on the positive in terms of NIM expansion. So the commentary that one should be looking from IndusInd Bank is what is the outlook on the NIMs ahead. Like the results that have been revealed thus far, haven't talked of any NIM. We don't have the press release of the bank as yet, but we would like to hear what the bank really talks about the NIM, which they have achieved in the March quarter and what is likely to be ahead.
Key to note what exactly the management has to say in its commentary. Initial tick for the numbers. Definitely the stock has reversed, slipped into the negative territory. On that note, thank you so much, Aditya, as well as Mahantesh, for joining us on the show, giving us the first cut on IndusInd Bank. And as you can see on your screen, IndusInd Bank giving up most of this morning gains, are also initial spike post the numbers for you. But with that, we are totally out of time on this edition of Market Fatafat. Goodbye from the team Fatafat. Stay tuned. Closing trades coming up next.